yes, because you're so fast with your fingers.
Hashtag old fast fingers. What?
I didn't say anything.
Fast finger.
You're such a unique individual.
I'm a something I.
Unique. What? It's a unique individual.
Why did you turn that off? That's fine. Oh, because you don't like for the glare to be in the back. Yeah. Okay, that's all right. You're so adorable. Diddy's so adorable. Diddy, come here. Come here, Bubba. Come here, good boy. Come here.
That is not necessary.
Okay.
Why do you have to bring him in?
Diddy.
Happily going about his day.
Diddy, boy.
He was happily going
He's
about
a good
his
boy. Oh, look at him. He's so sad. He's like, please leave me alone now, Mama. Please leave me really alone. No, he just wants to go. Oh, I know, Diddy Butt. All I would do is just sit and watch him in the reflection of the camera. Oh, he's so cute. Oh my God, now he laid his head down. Okay, now he is comfortable. Okay, Mommy's going to put you down, okay? Because she can't focus on anything but you, okay?
And that's why.
Okay. Bye-bye, Diddy. Mommy loves you. Bye-bye.
Now he's all comfortable.
Now he's all comfortable, then I just had to chuck him onto the floor. Good evening, Keto Dana. Good evening, Erica. Good evening, Joyce. I'm glad that you're here. Good evening. Oh, Gail can't even be bothered to say good evening. She just abbreviated it GE.
Ooh.
Around these parts, that stands for General Electric. You know what I'm saying? So, good evening, Gail. Good evening, Gigi. Joe Ray's here says good evening. Miss Ebony says, hey, we love Supermarket Sweep. We were just watching, that's what I titled the live today, Supermarket Sweep. Like, we were just watching the first episode of the new version with Leslie Jones, and it is interesting to say the least. But yeah, it's fun. It's cheesy, but it's also like fun, you know.
I think that's what the original
always
was.
Oh God, that's what it always was. You okay, Diddy? Good boy. Okay, he just knocks the phone over. Good evening, Holly. Glad you're here. Kathy P and AZ says good evening, Whack Fam and Diddy. I know, right? He's so cute. Although you spelled it Diddy like P Diddy, and that's awesome. It's more of a D period, or like DEE. You know. But I love Diddy, as in his name is DJ. Puff Daddy, as in P Diddy. No, okay. Heath is here. Says good evening from Houston. I'm so glad that you're here, Heath. I'm so glad that you're in the Facebook group too. Gail said he looks so cute. Are you sure he doesn't love you? I am sure. Didi does not love me at all. Good evening, Barry.
You deflect so hard.
Gail said, so what does GM mean in your parts? General Motor, but you know, that is a lot of people. But specifically GE is General Electric, because there's literally, when I tell you there's literally a manufacturing plant, I could throw a softball and hit the manufacturing plant. That's how close. I could hit it with a bat, and it would. I could.
You have to drive a mile. Then you could probably.
Then I could hit it.
Baseball bat.
Yes. So either
really
way,
hard.
It's very close. You know,
yes. It's less than 5 miles.
One stoplight away. No, sweetheart, it's less than 1 mile away.
Okay.
Yeah.
A mile.
Yes, it is. It is
exactly.
It is literally exactly a mile away. That's where it is. Yes. Exactly. So yes, Kathy said Diddy. Exactly. That's what I call him. So yes, you are. Yeah, that is Diddy. He doesn't love me. Absolutely. Gail said, so do you prefer me to spell out good evening? Oh no. You do whatever you want. Yes, I would prefer you to spell it out, because see, that's actually less mental gymnastics that I have to do. Y'all know reading these comments causes me so much anxiety, because I'm like, oh, am I pronouncing it wrong? Was there a typo? Am I missing something? So the more you can do to help me.
That's the anxiety?
Yes, it is the anxiety. So I appreciate it. I appreciate it, Gail.
You love misspelling. that stuff.
No, because I'm not in control of like, oh, I thought I knew how the sentence was going to end, but now there are words in here that I didn't anticipate, and I don't know what to do. Like that's how I feel. Good evening, doctor. Constance said from State Level Financial, it's me, Constance, in my other account. Hi, Whack fam. Look at that. Look at everyone being on multifaceted, having different accounts and whatnot.
They got professional.
You're right. Kathy P says live anxiety is real. You're right. And I told y'all that my reading is not where I want it to be anyway. Like I don't like it always caused me so much anxiety to like read aloud from the textbook in high school. Like you remember?
That
like
was the easiest part.
No. Like even I feel bad because to this day, if like me and Amber are reading something on the computer screen, like we're like, okay, we pull up a web page and we're reading it. She's like, okay, scroll down. And I'm just like, but I'm not done yet. Like I read so slow.
No wonder you don't like reading.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So because I have to. Like I basically have to read aloud, and repeat things over to myself in order to understand them. Mm-hmm. Once I read them, I comprehend them. But it's the fact that it takes me so long to read it, and so like I have to be so focused to read it that I just don't.
Well, there are two tips. Like
I don't prefer it.
Read words, but not absorb them.
Exactly, and I can't do that. So that's what I'm saying. But see, people can also read words quickly and absorb them. I'm not that type. Yeah. I can read tons of words. Look, I didn't know Joe Ray, the last half of Joe Ray's name for 2 years at this point. You know, like I can glance over words, but I don't take the time. Like none of it sticks if I don't specifically look at each section.
No, I'm much more of an efficient reader than you.
Yes. Thanks, Richard. I mean,
well, no, I really enjoy reading, and there are moments where, like, if you sit and take your time and patient, then you can sit and absorb all of the reading, and work on your speed.
I don't like that's not something that I like would want to be better at.
Did you used to read like magazines and stuff?
No, I never read magazines. When I was young, my mom will tell anyone that will listen, I was such an avid reader. My favorite series as a teenager, was Animorphs. Do you remember that?
Yeah,
it's about these kids. It's like science fiction. These kids that like they were just walking home from high school, like a dance or something.
Oh, man.
They stumbled through an abandoned construction yard where like an alien battle was happening and one of the aliens was dying. And before he died, he passed along the ability for these 5 kids to turn into any animal that they touched if they like placed their hand on this cube. Because basically he was like, look, these evil aliens are coming to invade your planet. I was trying to stop them, but I failed. Now I have to transfer my power to you because you got to protect him from the planet. Yes. Yeah. This was, a little
bit like a Captain Planet.
Yes.
Or
not too familiar,
Power Rangers.
But yes. Kind of exactly. Just teenage kids that had no business being in an abandoned construction site. Now they got powers, you know? Exactly. It's morphin' time. But so yes. And then there were so many Animorph books. I used to have all of them. The whole series. It was nuts.
Like Nancy Drew.
But I don't read anymore.
That was the last time you
pretty much
those wonderful
teenage books. Yeah, exactly. Joe Ray said, you do such a good job with comments. So many people go live and just can't keep up or don't look at them. Well, it just depends. To me, it really helps. Like your guys' engagement means so much to me, and it helps a lot because it actually gives me things to talk about and turns it into a conversation. So many people I know have such anxiety about going live because they don't know what they would talk about. And part of me is like, just pay attention to your comments and talk to the people in there. And then it kind of gets you going on another story that'll get you going on a tangent. Then by the time you circle back around, you're like, oh, more comments, you know? So I appreciate it so much. Let's see. Mom said, yes, you are. You used to. Let's see. Mom said, yes, you are. You used to love reading. I know. Joy said, that's how I feel when I write something out. I was on the Keto Chow live today.
What happened?
And Chris just uses words like treatise in normal conversation. He said, oh, if you look on the website, there's this little calculator telling you what your macros should be, along with a treatise underneath explaining all the macros in general, you know? And I was like, treatise. Treatise. See, I would have spelled it treatise. Treatus. I knew it was like a lengthy writing. I could tell in context. Treatise meant lengthy writing, you know?
Attachment or something.
Exactly. However, I Googled the word treatise, Treatus, to find out that it was Treatise. Treatise. It's not treatise. It's like treatise. And it does mean like a formal documentation of something. I was like, that's exactly what he meant. Because I was going to be like, oh, expert use of the word treatise, but I was going to spell treatise wrong and look like an idiot. So I had to Google it to make sure that I do that quite a few times. I was going to spell it right.
Well, I do the old 3 read. You write it, then you read it, and then you say it out loud again just to make sure you read it and wrote it the first time properly.
Do you guys, I know for a fact at one point you have looked at a word and you just stared at it so long that it no longer makes sense to you anymore. Like I remember vividly one time I was writing the word secret and I like just SECRET. I was just like, that's like secret. That's secret. Like this cannot be the word secret, you know? And it's,
No, that happened with,
happens to me
with Brilliant. I was with Brilliant. I was like, is that right?
Brilliant? That's not it.
Let me Google.
Mom said, you and I need to try to get on Supermarket Sweep. A, that would be amazing. B, me and Richard already talked about wanting to go on Supermarket Sweep. But speaking of that, let's tangent into another
pretty good at
competition series that we were watching yesterday that we know for a fact we could not be on.
What's that?
So we finally watched the season premiere of The Amazing Race. And that
could totally be on
No, you guys, we could not be on The Amazing Race because I already know. I told him I would be the villain. Like literally, America would be like, "Why is that woman so mean to him? Like, why he's just trying to be nice?" Like I know for a fact, I lose my patience with Richard so quickly. I'm serious. Y'all see it here on
but see, if it's a competition, and I'm singularly focused.
No,
if anything, you'd be slowing me down.
No,
I'll be like, "Do you keep up?"
And then you're going to hear my mouth about that too. We're supposed to stay together, Richard. No, okay. I love The Amazing Race. Like it is like I used to want to be on The Amazing Race, but as I've watched it, I'm like such a skilled watcher of The Amazing Race that I'm like, there's no way I'd be good at that. Like once again, because I don't read. The Amazing Race is all about attention to detail, okay? And even though in speed and efficiency, and I can't do both of those. I cannot expediently and efficiently pay attention to detail, and that is just how you miss.
For a common goal.
No, that's how I miss everything. So no, it is.
No, see, I look at you. We would have done. See, we would have read the envelope. That's a play on words.
No. Who thinks they can steal the show? It was about playing the steel drums. It was a great episode. I absolutely loved it.
Inaugural kickoff to a new season.
Yes. Kathy.
And that's the part where you were talking about that would be the hardest with the number matching.
Yes. Well, no, that would have been the easiest for me. I love numbers and I love music. Like I could have memorized it just from the motor, from, doing the same action over again. Like repeatedly, yes, I can do things like that.
My also
pattern recognition.
My also thing with that is you're so much focused on next goal, the next objective. I really don't think you're in all these countries, but you really don't even get a chance to like really see them. You're just in them.
No, you can't really see them until you do like maybe one of the main activities in them. Like sometimes they like the last season when they went to Switzerland and they rode a train up a mountain. I was like, Lord Jesus, that's beautiful. Like they do get certain moments when they're like, this is beautiful. But other than that, you are just running around.
Yeah, so. Like a chicken with your head cut.
Yes, Hungry He said, poor Richard so mistreated. Oh, I know. So I'm not even, at least I'm aware of it. I'm not like, I'm nice to him. Like, no, I'm the worst. I'm actually the worst. Sheila said my middle grandson had to get tested today for COVID after being sent home from school with a fever. Oh, prayers that works out. Oh, no.
It's all around.
Yes. Rashana said, Sheila, you have grandchildren? I know, right? I'm not really sure if knew that as well. No wonder she has to buy $200 worth of keto chow at one point. She got family at 10 to feed, children and grandchildren. So Maitreya says, hi, we aren't impatient, but are sarcastic and sassy. So some people think that we're that's mean intent. Exactly. Y'all know my heart. Look, y'all know this man is the best thing that has ever happened to me in my entire life. Even though I don't be acting like it sometimes. He knows my heart. You know my heart.
We would nail it.
So Kathy said those crazy eating challenges, just no. You're right. First time I have to eat something crazy or first time there's bugs involved, we're going home. We're going home and I'm sorry about it.
What's the crazy eating challenge?
Sometimes you have to eat bugs or eat crazy things. And that actually... I might be able to hold my nose and do it, but anytime there's let these bugs crawl all over you. Well, there goes $1 million. Bye. I know, but Richard, what if we chose prematurely and it was a challenge that I had to do?
My thing would be the one where they had to memorize 30 streets to go down.
Exactly. And last week's this past episode was horrible because there were these fish that had different colored markings. It was green, yellow, and red, but they were in different order sometimes. And so you had to remember the order of the different color markings. And I was like, Lord Jesus. Shelly says, hey, I just realized it was Wednesday. Well, I'm glad that you're here, Shelly. Glad, that you made it. Kathy said, my daughter had COVID. I was scared since she's a cancer survivor. She recovered. Thank goodness. Amen. Amen.
That's as real as it gets right
I know, right? We're trying to, we're avoiding it as much as we can.
And your birthday, Kathy,
I know, right? You done had a week. Yeah, exactly. So Maitreya said, roasted tasty bugs, okay. Raw and squiggly hard, no. No bugs no matter what. No, you know what? Bugs might be the only crispy, crunchy things I don't like. If I can bite and feel an exoskeleton, it's not. That's enough for me.
I don't prefer it, but how much is on the line?
$1 million. That's the whole point.
I'm a bug eating food.
No, Joy said if I had to eat bugs, I'm totally done. Yeah.
Lord Jesus.
No.
$1 million. No. I throw up in the morning.
No. Absolutely not. I couldn't. Yeah, Kathy said bugs would be Richard's challenge. Exactly. Barry said depends on the bug. No, not for me. It doesn't. Regardless of what bug it is, I will not. Well,
that's true too. I mean, if it gets really disgusting, $1 million.
No, I didn't have it before. I don't have it now. My life will go back to being the exact same. So
what will it do to your dietary?
That's how I feel. That's how I feel. So we were watching Supermarket Sweep. So they didn't do this in the original version, right? Where
no, they didn't.
You have to, at the very end, where you have to run and find each item and read the back of the item. So what they did was they actually stopped the women after, because it's for $100,000. So they stopped the women after the third clue that they got, and they were like, and so the women were jumping up and down and cheering. And I was like, there's 5 clues, y'all. It's like, why are y'all so happy? But they actually stopped them at 3 clues, and were like, right now you have won $10,000. And they had 17 seconds left. And they were like, if you want, you can try to find another clue and that'll get you to $50,000. And we're going to add 20 seconds. So then it went up to 37 seconds. So they basically had to wager, do we want to keep our $10,000 or do we want to take a chance and try to find the 4th clue, which will jump us to $50,000? And then they did the 4th clue and they went to go find it. So it's like, ding, 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 you've won $50,000. And then they had 17 seconds left again. And she was like, all right, if you want to do the last clue, we'll add 15 more seconds on, giving you 32 seconds to find the last clue for $100,000. And they didn't do it. They were like, we're going to keep our 50. And my whole thing was, statistically, you have found every clue in under 20 seconds. Why would you not think that 32 seconds was enough to double the amount of money you was going to leave with? It jumped from 50 to 100. And, my mom's philosophy on this is you had $0 when you went. Leaving with $0 would not be a failure. It's the giving up on the extra 50 you could have had, just take the risk. At worst, you'll leave the same way you got there.
I thought a lot about that.
I mean, we do that all the time. So, no, I mean, so would you have taken the guaranteed money, or would you have risked it and gone for all of it? Because that's really what I want to know.
I think everybody's a little bit of everything.
I know. I want to know everyone. No, I want to know everyone, in particular, their literal response to this question.
And as far as your mom's comparison of you went in with zero, then you walk out with zero, it's a loss. When you have 50K on
is
the table,
50 in the hand worth 100 in the bush, or is it
if
like?
You walk out of the thing, if you get the potential to walk out it in hand, and you walk out with zero, you lost.
David said, "Have you seen Two Crazy Ketos Camping Fear Factors?" Rachel ate crickets. No, I couldn't even watch that. I was never a Fear Factor sort of person anyway. Like, I can't even watch that stuff.
Yeah, that's pretty true too.
Gail said Joe and Rachel ate bugs last week on their camping trip. That's a no.
That's probably the one show I really didn't get into.
No,
because it's either eating something or laying with the live stuff.
Heath says, Autumn, you'll love this. On Keto Bricks Live tonight, which first of all, I didn't know they went live. Robert and Crystal kept calling me Hungry Health. I'm telling you, Heath, with a name like that, so close in this health and fitness space, we're just going to keep putting the males in there. Like, Hungry Health makes a lot of sense. Plus, being overweight and needing to lose weight, we are hungry. So, like, hungry, and we want to get healthy. Hungry Health just goes.
I think what you should have done was add one more hungry.
Yeah. Hungry, healtho.
Hungry Heath.
No. So
you can still have Heath.
No.
That makes more sense.
I still would have said health. I would have
like
hippos. No? Okay.
Yes, no, that's the point, but you don't go that direct.
Okay, it's still a little too on the nose. Sorry, you guys.
That's what she said.
Jessica said depends on how much. That's not how that works. Jessica said depends on how much debt I have at the time. I know, right? Well, these two women, between the two of them, they were like best friends and neighbors. And they had 9 children between the two of them. And I was like, that's just a lot of kids. And they were like, well, we need that 50,000. This is a lot of mouths to feed. And I was like,
they did the right thing.
Yeah.
They did the right thing. Walking out with more than you came in with is a win and a half.
I mean, yes, something beats nothing, I guess. Kathy says, I watched that, Heath. I was laughing and wondering when Robert would make it right. Now, would read it right. Now, did you correct him the way that you corrected me? Because I appreciated that, because I'm telling you, Heath, I would have called you Hungry Health for years. Ask Joe Ray. I will not. Once I get it in my head, I literally do not take the time to make sure that I'm actually doing it right.
Mispronounced Joe Ray. You just never finished.
I just stopped because I stopped at like what I cared to read.
Just called him Hungry.
And I would have called you Hungry Health and not thought anything of it. Miriam's here. Hey guys, how are you guys doing today? We were just talking about Chris's use of the word treatise today and how I really, really liked it. Bonnie said, I'm going for the big bucks. I agree. Like, I would have gone for the... Plus, here's my whole thing.
Well, they did go for it. They got the big bucks.
No, they got the medium bucks, okay?
They went in with zero.
They're small, medium, and big bucks. They went medium. Here's my whole thing.
Medium bucks is 10.
If it was, like, random... You know, like if it's let's make a deal where they're like, you got $10,000 in your hand, or do you want to choose door number 1, 2, 3? Like when it's random and I have no control with what's going on, I'm taking what's in my hand. But statistically, they had just found 4 items in under 20 seconds each. So with 32 seconds being on the clock, it stands to reason that you would be able to, in fact, find that 5th item.
But you
going also, for the hundo. You know what I'm saying?
You also forget that it's on television. There's cameras and lights. The tension's different. The pressure's on. Mm-hmm. Everything changes when the lights is on. It sounds good when you're on the couch. But when you're in the moment, you're thinking, because they're in that band thinking, 30 seconds is too much, I don't know. You ain't thinking, logically, they're probably going to get home.
Cracking under pressure.
They're going to be on the airplane and be like, you know what, baby, we should have went for more. Dag on it. But at the time, man, you never know during the headlights, you know.
Yeah.
Everybody's different.
I could see that. Mm-hmm. Gina's here, says, good evening, everyone. Good evening.
Good evening.
We're just talking about game shows.
Supermarket sweep in particular.
Well, we were also talking about The Amazing Race for a little bit. You know, that's more a competition reality. Yeah. You know, I absolutely
awesome love it. To be on it.
No. I was saying how we couldn't do it. Jessica said, how do you guys think you would do on Cash Cab? I don't really watch Cash Cab, so I don't know
trivia.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know the type of trivia. Like, what sort of
celebrity current event?
I am a pop culture-y kind of person, so I don't know. I'm honestly not sure. I would enjoy the chance because once again,
the lights would be
either I'm getting in a cab and like when I got in the cab with the intention of getting dropped off somewhere, winning money wasn't in there.
Bonus round
it's just fun,
you're taking me to my destination
anyway. Right?
So that's a situation where you do win.
Shelly said I would have went for the 100K then cried if I lost. Absolutely. Me too. Oh, me too.
No, I would have been happy and been like, man, what if with that 50? Like that 50 feels good.
No, because once again, so first of all, the government's going to take half. And then secondly, you got to split it with a partner. They weren't even married. So it's not like all the money could go to the household. They were friends. They were going to have to split that money.
I agree. Logically, you make the most sense because they were killing it. They should have just kept at it. But I said, you don't know it.
Holly said, I'm not a big game show person. First of all, that makes me sad. Secondly, I don't watch game shows as much as I used to. Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm not really a big game show person. I was really only watching Supermarket Sweep for the nostalgia. But we used to be like Match Game, Card Shark, Press Your Luck. Like, I used to actually watch all them things, but not anymore. I used to love Password, $10,000 Pyramid. What? Yes, but I don't watch that stuff anymore. Supermarket Sweep, however, was just like, oh my gosh, that was my show,
Because everybody goes to the supermarket.
Yeah, everybody sweeps and stuff.
I know this product.
Yeah, everybody wants to toss them hams into their cart. You know what I'm talking about?
Should grab the furniture equipment too.
Shelly said I would have taken the money and ran. That's a lot of money. I mean, it just depends on each person's personal thing. Oh, Dana said name that tune. Now, I have been known to watch Beat Shazam, hosted by Jamie Foxx. Just if I catch it on a commercial, if I catch it on the show, I'm like, let me see if I can beat Shazam. And I'm all.
When you think about it,
I got all
shows
of them.
Are like a fun little guilty, like just not think about nothing.
Yes.
Really think about something.
Yeah.
Fun little thing to do.
Yeah. Barry said I used to watch The Price is Right.
That's another one.
The Price is Right used to annoy me because then you just realize you don't know how much nothing costs. Like, how much is this vacuum cleaner? And someone's like $179, and then there's always $1, and I'm like, I can't do it. I don't know.
The $1 people always try to undercut.
No, exactly.
Try to hedge your bet.
I'm not good with the strategy like that. So
yeah.
Kathy said I watched those game shows when they were new. Yes, I'm old. I know, right? I used to watch the Game Show Network with the original Match Game and stuff like that. Like, not the stuff that's on TV now. I'm talking about the Game Show Network.
Well,
I used to love Card Shark.
Game Show Network.
I know, right? When they actually came on the networks. Yeah, exactly. But I used to watch those too. But Trey said we don't watch a lot of TV, but when we do, it's usually sci-fi or anime. I have never could get into anime, but I do love me some sci-fi. I used to actually watch a lot of shows on the Sci-Fi Network, but they would just get canceled so quickly that it would hurt my heart that I would just stop watching them. I am very into dystopian, futuristic, everyone has a barcode that needs to be scanned. Yeah, sort of things like that. Or, where you can download and upload your subconscious into other, where bodies are just sleeves at this point. What's that on Netflix?
You're cute.
Altered Carbon. I'm really into, things like that. But I used to watch shows like that,
Anime is cartoon adjacent. So I was a big anime person too.
No, I never watched it.
Anime, I was a big cartoon.
Yes.
Basically, anything that was drawn with a nice humorous undertone, that was me.
Yes. No.
I like sitcoms too.
I do.
Game show. My grandmother watched game shows. I'd be forced to watch them with her.
Yeah, I'd be forced to watch them with her. Yeah. He said my favorite game show is Jeopardy. That's where I got the 50s by 50 challenge idea from. A contestant was talking about it, and we stole it. That's amazing, though. You did it. No, Jeopardy is, depending on who you watch it with, Jeopardy is like an experience because, when Alex is reading the question and then if you guys could only imagine watching Jeopardy with my grandmother, is an experience. Like, because she thinks she knows everything.
Oh yeah.
Everything she does not know, but just hearing her answers are just
me and my sister
great.
always used to play at home, like try to beat the contestant.
And
be like, we know that, and like I would just blurt out stuff sometimes, and I'd get it right.
Sounds about right.
Like, I knew that.
Mary Ellen's here. Hi, Mary Ellen. I saw the pictures that Aaron posted on Instagram, and you two were just so cute.
Game show ever, right, Jeffrey?
Maybe if not, like The Price is Right or something like that. Jerry says you should watch Doctor Who. I do think I would like Doctor Who. I just never got into it. What was that show on BBC with the Orphan Black? Oh, I loved it. Never got to see how that ended. But yeah, that's the sort of thing that I am into. Yeah. Rhonda says, hello, know what happened. Don't know what happened. Couldn't watch. Had to get the granddaughters to help me get off restricted mode. How did you get off restricted mode? We ain't talking about nothing.
Somebody but restricted yourself.
Dana said Hollywood Squares. I used to like that where you used to like, you either had to. They
did celebrities too.
Yes, and you had to like guess whether or not the celebrity would get the answer. No, that was to tell the truth. Oh. You had to guess whether or not they would get the answer to the question right, and if they did, you got to like X or O.
That's what I was saying. Tell them that they would
pass or
someone would lie about the answers.
Oh, that's.
I mean, get it wrong, lie.
No, no.
They would
get it wrong means they would intentionally say the wrong thing. Answer it wrong would just mean on accident they didn't know.
Part of the
no,
game.
No. Mookie said I like the Newlywed Game. I know. I always wanted to play a version of like the Newlywed Game with you. I bet we would get a lot of the answers wrong.
I think I would know a decent amount.
I probably would get a lot of the answers wrong. I don't know nothing about this man, you guys. I don't pay attention to him
truth is
at all.
Just like X-Files. The truth is out there.
Oh my goodness.
We finally figured it out.
No. Dr. Watts says, I still play Wheel of Fortune on CD-ROM. Wow.
Know,
like
right?
That you are, but you're speaking to, I mean, I know exactly what you're talking about. Like that is amazing.
That's that thing.
What kind of monitor plays that? Yeah. I mean, that is crazy.
No, I'm saying, you got to keep that vintage. You got it has to be separate over. Don't touch that old.
I mean,
that old Macintosh.
That is crazy.
Before he was even iMac.
I mean, CD-ROM though, and like you could hear it spinning up like. Oh man,
it was like the dial-up modem, right?
We really did have a dial-up modem too. Gosh, the internet.
Sure everybody had a dial-up.
I know, right?
That was the only way we could do it.
Super nostalgic, and like the chat rooms, like ASL. Everybody in the chat, ASL. Let me know. Like, man, that was amazing. We had no business being on the internet when I was a teenager.
Oh yeah, I firmly believe that.
Yes, that is so funny. But yeah, so
you're so new to it all.
We've had a good night watching TV. Dana said, "Are you smarter than a fifth grader?" Made me feel real dumb. You're right. Just some typical geography sort of things. I used to really love all of the math questions, but like everything else, like geography and like politics and things, like when they would ask you about the branches of the government and whatnot, and I'm just like. I don't know. I used to love where in the world is Carmen Sandiego. That was my
cartoon.
No, it was my game show. Armand said, I don't know why I'm here. This live session came up randomly on my recommended list. It does that sometimes. So welcome.
Welcome.
If you're not like into that sometimes, so welcome. If you're not like into the keto diet and or health and weight loss in general,
basic overall
might not be the most interesting thing for you, but you know what? Good on you for taking the chance and just jumping into a live that you just have no idea.
And you basically caught us talking about game shows.
Yeah, so if you're interested in game shows, then stick around.
We were watching the remake of Supermarket Sweep today.
Yes.
And it made us think about all the old game shows.
Game shows of old.
The Newlywed Game, amongst others.
I know, right?
And Jeopardy is still kicking.
Yes, Jeopardy is. Speaking of still kicking, is Alex Trebek still the host?
Well, yeah. I mean, until it goes On the glory.
I didn't, but see, I didn't know because he's undergoing like treatment and whatnot.
I think he's going until he
goes. She said Family Feud. Yes, I used to watch Family.
Going until he goes.
We used to watch like Family Feud. I feel like the Steve Harvey version, everything has like double entendre, like undertones, and I'm just like, it doesn't need to be this skeevy. That's how I feel about Family Feud. Fun fact. Me and my family actually were selected to like be put in the files to be on Family Feud, but none of our availability dates. It was my cousin Kim's fault because she is a school teacher, but none of our availability aligned with the taping schedule season. But we made it through all of the different interviews and stuff like that. And they were like, if your schedule matches our schedule, we'll let you know. And it didn't work.
It's okay. You wouldn't have made it that far.
Keto Dana said, I like the weakest link. She was mean, but we used to love saying you all the weakest link.
I mean, that's the point of the show.
I know it's the point of the show.
She was mean.
Mary Ellen said Alex is still hanging in. I am glad about that.
I said he's gonna rock it until he can't no more.
Yeah, we used to do that all the time. We used to really heavily accentuate the R. Like you all the weakest link. Like that we should just hold out the R and then just make everything really short on either side. I mean, goodbye. So Jessica said, did you hit your 6-month anniversary of quitting your job already? Yes, I did. My last day at my employer was 4/3. So on 10/3, that would have been 6 months. And boy, have they just flown by. Wow. Like that is crazy when I think about that.
6 months.
It has been 6 months. It's been longer than 6 months since we've been married. You guys, when are you no longer newlyweds? That's is it a year?
I think it's at the first year.
Is it the year? Okay. I didn't know there was a rule. Like, I was just wondering.
After the first year, it's like.
I feel like that's subjective. Or is that
I think it's all subjective.
Actually the rule. Oh my God, Dr. Wise said The Amazing Race is on now. Awesome. That's clearly we're taping two things. Mm-hmm. Probably The Masked Singer and The Amazing Race. Mm-hmm. You guys, does anybody watch The Masked Singer? Is that just me? Who do you think
a lot of people do.
The two owls are? Okay. Comment on who you think they are, and then I'll let you know if I agree. Okay. Yeah. But spoiler alert, if you don't watch The Masked Singer, the very first person eliminated was Busta Rhymes. And like, the second he opened his mouth, we were like, that's Busta Rhymes. Like, the only reason The Masked Singer works is if you're not so well known for singing that we can't tell what your voice is. But when you have an iconic voice, like Busta Rhymes, same thing. Second, Patti LaBelle opened her mouth. I was like, that's Patti LaBelle. Second, Gladys Knight. Gladys Knight, you guys. We were just like, that's Gladys Knight. Like, so when you have such an iconic voice, and you're known for singing, The Masked Singer does not work for you because your voice is instantly recognizable. But like, imagine hearing Busta Rhymes open his mouth and be like, I don't know who that is. Like, come on now. So
he's so cute.
Kathy said, I've been married for 11 years. The honeymoon's not over yet. Oh. See, Joyce said, what? We're 22 years in and we're still newlyweds. See, you guys give me hope. Okay. There is no rule, Richard. Your marriage is only as young as you feel. I know that,
but would be by the definition of the word. There is a Google definition. Mm-hmm. But yes, as long as you're happy, everything is wonderful.
Oh my gosh, Gina, that's exactly what I think too. I was just like, that's Trisha Yearwood. And do you know how I know? Because we watch her Southern cooking, Trisha's Southern Kitchen, and y'all know how she takes any second that she can to sing a song with at the end of her show, they're always singing. And when I heard that voice on The Masked Singer, I was like, that's Trisha Yearwood. And if that's Trisha Yearwood, that must mean that's Garth Brooks. So
you don't know that. It could be Trisha Yearwood and
who?
Other people.
Exactly. Shelley said, I thought 3 years, but 7 years with Heath, and I still feel like newlyweds. See, exactly. It's all subjective. I love you guys.
I definitely believe that.
See, Gail says, if you're truly in love, you're newlyweds for the long run.
Oh my God.
I am truly in love. We're newlyweds for the long run.
Never do The Amazing Race.
You're right. We can never. Babe, I don't even want to go to like a breakout room with you.
Why? Excuse me?
We do not work well together.
How would you know?
Oh my God.
Every time we've not done anything competitive together yet.
I know. We need to do something competitive together. My sweetheart.
I swear, you truly underestimated
Sheila said, Jim and I just had our 38th anniversary and he's still my boyfriend. Oh, look at that. You guys look like you're having a good time at Keto Palooza. Anybody that wears their hat to the side like that is a person that I want to know. You know what I'm saying? Like, you guys are the best. No, babe, I am in no way underestimating you. I just know that I don't have a lot of patience. Like,
I know that. I don't either when it comes to winning.
Okay.
When it comes to winning, I don't want patience. There's a fine line between patience and you last place.
I know. Me, in the words of Ricky Bobby, if you're not first, you're last.
No,
you know,
I'm very competitive.
But see, I'm also not very competitive as well. Like, I just be like, well, this was too difficult. I give up. You know.
No,
like,
that's when you dig deeper and try harder.
No.
Yes.
No. Absolutely.
No. Oh my gosh. We need to go do some.
We're gonna go to a breakout room, like, just to see. Now that would be fun for the blog. Have you ever been to a breakout room?
No.
Oh, they're pretty cool. They comment, have you ever been to a breakout room? It's pretty much just the person moderating the room giving you clues the whole time. Like, that stuff is too intricate and too minute for the lay person, even the lay group of people to figure out.
I don't know about that.
No, so it's a lot.
Like the walls might be closing in.
So no, that's not that sort of breakout room.
I don't know. I think my mind would make it think so. After like 30 minutes, we sitting in the room. Like,
we did start off because I went. Like, me and Ho-Ho and his family went to a breakout room in Dollywood, like in Gatlinburg. Yeah. And we started off in a prison cell, and I was just like, I don't like the imagery. Like, first of all, you only have an hour, right? It took us like 9 minutes to even get out of the prison room to like escape the prison. Like, we were in the cells. And so eventually
each individual cell?
No, there was 2 groups of us. So there's like a group of 4 in this one, a group of 4. But the whole point was for all 8 of us to escape.
Together.
So like it was like 7 minutes before the guy on the monitor, because there's monitors in all the corners where they give you clues.
Because you don't want you like to die in there.
Exactly. And so he was just like, why don't you try sticking the key in the hole and seeing what that does? And we're like, we do have a key, don't we? Like, he was like spoon feeding you.
Gosh.
Now, it wasn't that easy, but once he finally pointed out what we were supposed to be doing, because see, that's the thing. They don't give you any context or any place to start. They're just like, well, get out.
Fun.
And I was like, houseway. So like, it is like it. Yeah. We can still try it.
Being locked in a room and
Boo said my husband bought me an SUV for our 10-year anniversary. I was surprised. Well, that sounds amazing. My husband ain't bought me nothing for our 10-year anniversary.
We'll get your SUV.
I know, out the shop. Exactly. I know, right? So
be just the same.
Shelly said, oh, that's so sweet, Joyce. Are we all invited? You are all invited to watch Joyce and Barry renew their vows on the low carb cruise. Sometime between May 2nd and 9th, 2021. Like, that's where we're going to be at. And might I add that yours truly is presiding over the ceremony. Now, I can do that over international waters, right? It doesn't have to be like the captain of the ship or anything, right? Because like we've already discussed, I have my license. I am an ordained minister in terms of like marrying people. So
state rules, laws matter.
I know, right? We should see that, Joyce. But I mean, but they're already married, so it's more symbolic than anything, right? So yes, but so there, I will be presiding over the ceremony. So that's exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's. Boo said escape rooms are so fun. Are they though? I don't think
well, Boo. I think their name at least explains it a little
Exactly. You like scaring and or being scared. Okay.
No, my thing would just be the claustrophobia.
But sweetie, it's an escape room. You're not like in a box. It could be a room. Look, it could be a room this size. There would just be a door with a lock on it that you'd have to figure out how to open. It's not about tight quarters. It's about just like getting out
of the tight quarters.
No, they're not tight quarters. arms things. So
I know. I mean, I know it's not a one-man box, but it's still chilling in a box. I need to see the sun.
Houdini type stuff over here.
Emergency.
So I finished my water today around like 2:00. So yeah, my gallon has been gone. Today was a fasting day. Remember, if we talked about on this morning, yesterday was a horrible day. But I'm feeling good. I'm feeling strong. I'm gearing up to have taco tray tomorrow, and I'm really excited about it. I'm also excited about staying on plan and eating like I got some sense. Yeah. And at this point, I'm excited about going to sleep. Like, I am tired right now. And
did y'all see that?
Yeah, I want to go to bed.
You just changed in like 10 minutes.
What?
From high energy to
it hit me. What is it? What is the opposite of a second wind? Like I was up, I was all the way up, and then eventually I was just like, wait a minute, something done came over me. I want to go to sleep. So, oh my God, Joe Ray said I missed your weight this morning. How was it? It was a tragedy. So.
Oh God, you're gonna do a night showing?
I'm doing a night showing, exactly.
Special now.
So, yeah. So yesterday was a horrible day. It was just me eating my taco tray and then eating everything else I could get my hands on.
Oh my God.
Started with 2 perfect keto bars, turned into 4 perfect keto bars, turned into every other type of bar I could have imagined. Like any food that was not nailed down in my house was up for grabs. And so I ate it all. And so when I stepped on the scale this morning, it was no surprise that that's what happened. Yeah. And I was just pretty much over myself. I was like, girl, get it together. Like, be better. And so now I am excited to be better and do better. You know what they say, like tomorrow's another chance to get it right. So and I did good today because I did fast. But the true challenge is stopping myself when I'm eating. You know, when I'm fasting, like I said, yeah, like, well, I don't really snack. Like, yeah, no, I don't ever plan because all my snacks are built in. In my opinion, when you build the snack into your food, like into your meal prep, it's not a snack. Snacking's like something you do in addition to your meal prep. And I don't snack because if I'm snacking, I'm off the rails. If I'm snacking, I'm binging, which we don't want to do. So, today, days like today are actually super easy because I'm not eating anything at all. So I don't have to think about it. Yes. What's most difficult for me is when I start eating, it's like the ability to stop, So that's where my problem comes in. But I am looking forward to giving it a go tomorrow.
Yay, giving it a go.
Joe Ray said 4.6 ain't that bad if you ate all of that. I mean, yeah, I did eat all of that.
Oh, yes, you did.
It was
that's like, you know what I mean, a good BM away.
A good number 2 and a gallon of water away from being closer back to where I was. Yeah, so that's what I'm looking forward to. Button. Lord, he loves to use that word evacuate. So Chris said she is definitely all that. First of all, you right. Second of all, welcome just in time for us to leave because I'm sleepy.
That's very was it tapatory of you?
No, treatise.
That's what I'm saying.
No, you did not. First of all, you didn't even say that word. Second of all, it was wrong context. Yes. Third, yes, exactly. So
to or to not treatise.
No.
That's the question.
See, it's not a verb. That's the thing. So
see how awesome we would be at them games?
Exactly. We would not.
We'd be amazing.
No, we would fail.
You would do all the words. I would do the heavy lifting.
I would do all the words, everyone. That's
exactly. Yeah.
But he said, Richard, are you sleeping? No, Richard just says, they're not even words. He says things that come to his mind. Sometimes they are sensical. Sometimes they are non-sensical. So
I don't even know who you are right now.
Yes.
I do not know who you are right now.
I am your wife, your newlywed of 23 years. So, okay, everybody, but have a good night. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and leave here, but we'll be back on tomorrow at 9:30 over my other channel. Watch Autumn. If you want to see us go live every single morning, why wouldn't you want some more of this? You know what I'm saying? You can click on the link in the description of this video and go to my other channel. Go ahead and subscribe, press them notifications, and we go live at every morning at 9:30 a.m. Eastern. So have a good night, everyone.
Rain, sleep, or snow.
Rain, sleep, or snow, he says, you
All
guys.
30.
Yep, because those are related, you know. Have a great night, and we'll talk to you soon, okay? Bye.
Bye. Excuse me.